Just a walk in the woods in Fulton County? Hardly. They're looking for some large, immovable objects. Immovable, but conquerable. In fact, a lot of people seem to think the reason these rocks are here is for them to climb. In fact, 150 of them were here last fall for the Southeastern Bouldering Championships.
I climbed the Grand Teton in Wyoming. It's 13,000. And climbed Devil's Tower, which is in northern Wyoming, too. And climbed Mount Owen, which is also in the Tetons.
So these are sports people you can look up to. Well, most of the time. You've just seen one of the differences between bouldering and mountaineering. You can afford to fall in the former.
It's technical training. You're working on your balance and your basic moves, which you might use at a higher altitude. The altitude's not really relevant. It's just mainly the type of moves you'll be doing.
How'd you get hooked on this?
We kidnapped her one night.
April Johnson did not need that kind of encouragement. She took to the rocks right away. And ladies might like to know balance is more important than sheer strength.
Good goal.
Good job.
Great.
You get...
All right.
She and hundreds of others in the Atlanta area have received instruction in proper technique from a program at High Country Outfitters. It was started by the founders of the store. This summer, they'll come from all over the Southeast to compete here again, but they'll be more worried about their own progress than outpointing a competitor.
You get the self-satisfaction of being able to exceed yourself and conquer things that would have been out of touch before.
Randy Waters, 11 Alive Sports.
Nice.
I came to Atlanta in 1983 in the early fall, and the only rock I knew of in Georgia was Mount Yonah. Just by weird chance, I ran into a local climber there, Shannon Stegg, and just asked him if there were any boulders in the Atlanta area. I'd been to Stone Mountain and bouldered around a little bit out there, and he told me about Boat Rock.
Beautiful, Bob.
So I didn't even make it to the cliffs there. I just turned around and drove straight back here and started bouldering. I didn't see anybody for the first 6 or 8 months, I guess. See chalk every once in a while. And maybe a year later or so, I ran into a friend of mine from Chattanooga, Marvin Webb. And he and I started doing Tuesdays and Thursdays at Boat Rock Road.
Good right foot. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. There it is, man. Hook it up, man. Hook it up. Knob right by your face.
Face.
Right up above your head, dude. Right there.
Oh.
The knob. Yeah, that. There you go.
I've been coming to Boat Rock for about 4 or 5 years.
I've been coming to Boat Rock for about 2 years.
Started climbing here back in about 93 or so.
Been climbing at Bull Rock probably a better part of a year and a half now.
I guess I've been coming to Boat Rock for about 2 years.
Well, I've been coming to Boat Rock for years and years and years, ever since my girls were little toddlers, and now they're young adults, so I've watched my children grow up out here.
I started climbing at Boat Rock in the late 80s. Then it wasn't until later on in the 90s when I met guys like Bob Cormany. They kind of showed me around not only where the boulders were, but kind of how to climb there without getting beat up.
I've been coming to Boat Rock since, I guess, 2000. It's the first place that I ever climbed. First place I ever put on climbing shoes, and it's really special to me because of that. I think I cut my teeth out here, so to speak, and cut my fingers and ankles and knees and shins and everything else too, literally.
Boat Rock's helped me a lot with balance and footing. I think we're lucky to have a place like this close to Atlanta to come to right after work or during the day.
It's a magical place. It's real spiritual around here. This place helped me a lot, man, through the bad times and through the good times. I remember almost dying out here bouldering, and Bob Cormany, he always seems to get me in trouble, man. He's always pushing my limits.
Good job, man. Nice.
You get up to the top of a boulder, man, and you make it, and you're just so charged. You're like happy, man, that you're alive.
I spent a lot of time here at Boat Rock, and it helped me with my mental health.
Definitely a place that I can just kind of unplug on the weekends. Like being in class and going to work and everything, it's just gets you all wound up tight.
This place is so special. You can just get revitalized, especially when the city brings you down.
Yeah.
It's like it's good to come back and recharge.
It's just a great place to enjoy nature right here in Atlanta. We don't have to travel far.
Tons of climbs. You're in an outdoor setting, all in the woods. I couldn't imagine not having this place to get off of work and 10 minutes away get to.
You can come out here and connect and feel the stones and really enjoy yourself.
I used to live in this area, but I never came here, and what a place I missed. It's my place in the woods. It's so peaceful and beautiful, and the plants and animal life here are so incredible. They're not like any place else in Georgia.
The cleanup effort too has been nice and encourages other people besides climbers to come out here, like all the benches and the signs.
Just an incredible group of folks that have walked in these woods. I've climbed with Robin Ebersfeld, met Ron Koch a couple different times.
This may not be your idea of how to spend a hot summer day.
Do it, Paul.
But temperatures in the 90s didn't keep these people away from an Atlanta boulder field last month. It was the 1986 Southeast Regional Bouldering Championship, and more than 200 experts and novices came to test themselves against some of the world's best rock climbers. Among the experts, California's Ron Koch, a climbing legend in Yosemite Valley.
The event today was slightly different than what I'm used to. Today seemed to be more of a race against time and how many boulders you could do. And it was a little bit more high tense, to rush through everything, which I'm not really used to for climbing. I like to take my time and so forth.
Climbing equipment is generally taboo. This is not heavy metal rock. But there are special shoes to get a grip on the thinnest ledge, and safety ropes are set up for the more dangerous climbs. Sweeping the women's division was Robin Ebersfeld.
I get a lot of satisfaction out of it. Obviously, all of us, we wouldn't be here. And I started with a friend of mine, Philip Fisher. He took me climbing a couple times, and now I'm hooked. So now I do it all the time.
And when they're off the rocks, climbers aren't afraid to be a little footloose. In Atlanta, I'm Genevieve Henderson.
It's sad, man. Because, it's like you try and work with developers and they say they're going to save some parts of the rock. And they don't.
lot of places have access problems, I think, and that's kind of bad news for climbers, but a lot of those too are also, the rocks, it's still there, and it's going to be there, and it can be worked out.
It's like, as you can see, like over there, man, they just blew up the boulders, leveled it out, and put houses on it.
I guess when I first started, the other area was still available, and I really liked some of those problems.
The boulders that I really, truly enjoy, you know, they're not just blockaded by private home ownership, but they're completely gone. There's nothing there. The boulders are absolutely gone. It's just astonishing. We're losing this place as quickly as the developers can destroy it.
I hate to see this place get raised any more than it's been so far.
They started clear cutting yesterday, and then right down the road they clear cut sections down there, but we're trying to preserve in this area. The Southeastern Climbers Coalition owns and manages the 7.8 acre tract at Boat Rock, and we're one of the few local climbing organizations in the United States that does in fact own a climbing area. A lot of generous climbers donated money along with the Access Fund, a lot of local shops and gyms. In the past year, a local climber had donated a 4.5 acre tract, and this tract is disconnected by 2 lots, but it does still help keep that forested ridge intact. And you know, it has a fair amount of boulders on it. Also it has some wetlands, a really neat spring, and some more of the really big, large trees. So it preserves that forested ridgeline and makes for a larger park. I mean, our goal is to create a larger, 30 to 40 acre park that runs all the way across that ridgeline. It's a larger vision than just that initial 7.8 acre tract.
I'm always bragging to the people in Southern California now about how strong the climbing group is out here, because they actually took the initiative to buy this place up when it was getting destroyed. And I think that's a great testament to the Southeastern Climbers. Woo.
This place has meant a lot for a lot of people, and it's meant a lot for climbing in the Southeast and Atlanta. And we just want to keep what's here.
They're going to start looking to this area more across the lake eventually. I don't think it's going to stop over there. It's like something that's, it's just going to choose us. We're not going to choose to save Boat Rock. Boat Rock's going to choose us to save it, pretty much.